We're ready to look at what the stories are on the front pages, and Mamafi will start with the Daily Graphic.
Yeah, here's the Daily Graphic newspaper. Front page, hell at Bodrasi home. Children reduced to sex object, starved and enslaved. Also 10 project passes halfway stage. Methodist University can't be blamed. I'm sure this is coming after that judgment, that ruling. And Ghana 2 steps closer to CAP. The full story is on the back page of the paper. And Jan's fitness uncertain. Yeah, but who needs Jan if the other guys are doing the job? I'm just saying.
Okay.
Okay, so that's it. That's it for the what's making headlines on the front and back pages of the Daily Graphic.
We now look at the Ghanaian Times, and on the front page it says Fulani stopped, 49 repatriated to Nigeria. Otumfuo charges chiefs to take on his critics, and stars land in semis. JB Dankwa to be reburied. There's a question being asked by the Ghanaian Times, but we have other stories. 9 church members perish in accident, and this is a rather sad one. And we're told that they were returning from Kumasi, I believe. They had gone to a prayer session, and 9 people were reportedly killed when the commercial bus on which they were traveling ran into a broken down track at Fomena in the Adanse district of the Ashanti region. And they said all of the members were members of the Movement of Glory Pa Army Mokpa, who were returning from a church event at Abrankesi along the Lake Bosomtwe Road. Okay. And all of them came from Cape Coast, we're told. The other stories we have on the front page: Ghana's second major oil development 50% complete. And on the back page, we have Stars fly over Guinea, meet hosts Equatorial Guinea in semi-finals, and Midiema and Ash Golds run in the first Capital Plus Premier League, and the scores are also there at a glance for you.
All right, I'll do the Finder newspaper now. Front page of the Finder: Police Council accused of allegedly undermining police administration. You see the Vice President Kwesi Bekwin Emesa Arthur on the front page of the paper. He's actually the chairman of the Police Council. Also the IGP Mohammed Al-Hassan. That story is on page 2. Just a bit for you. A story filed by Elvis Darko in Accra says the Police Council is being accused of creating dissatisfaction for the top police hierarchy by creating non-existent positions to appease officers who were not promoted in the recent promotions in the service. The action of the council is said to be against the recommendation of the Appointment and Promotions Advisory Board, the body responsible for promotions. There's a lot of interesting things that you can read from the story, so you can grab the paper and read the rest of the details. But also, access to tertiary education in Ghana still elitists. Who is saying that? You can read about it. MP slams government over Interconnect Clearinghouse, and Ghana's next major oil development passes halfway page. Also, 24-hour doom, 12 hours so. There's a picture of Dr. Kwabena Donko, the Minister of Power. You know, he said before he became Power Minister, he said a few things that hopefully I want to play to you before we end the show today. What is unfortunate, or for me, what I don't understand is he's not even speaking to the media. Some people spoke to us in the past and gave us some excuses, which he referred to as mentally retarded, and that the media sits down and accept all these excuses. But surprisingly, he hasn't even said anything to us at all. But here's the story that says that the Ghana Grid Company has declined to explain the cause of the worsening power crisis situation in the country. The Finder's investigations have revealed that for the past 2 weeks, the ECG has been shedding between 500 and 600 megawatts of power at the request of Gridco, thus worsening the power cuts. When ECG was shedding 400 megawatts, consumers received power for 24 hours and cut off for 12 hours. Shedding additional 200 megawatts is now giving consumers 12-hour power and 24-hour darkness. Some consumers complain that they receive power for only 6 hours and darkness for more than 24 hours. The other thing about this whole doom, whether it's doom or saw or doom, is that it's not even fairly distributed. So some places have continuous power supply and others have to endure 3 days, for instance, of darkness. And they will tell you that where you find essential services, they don't take the power off. And so others have to suffer for some other areas to enjoy. And Gridco now is not speaking. Remember that ECG is not talking, no, they're not talking at all. But Gridco, who's been talking for some time now, has decided also not to talk. And interestingly, the power minister, the new power minister, is not talking. He's one person who should be talking to us, because he has said before that we are accepting any kind of excuse that they give to us. And this is quotes, mentally retarded explanations, he said. And I'm surprised that he's not talking. He has to talk. Roland.
Front page of the Daily Guide has a story, Tomb for Blast Mahama. We have NDC cocaine boy freed, 9 prayer warriors killed. And on the back page, we have Ghana crashed Guinea to pick AFCON semis ticket. And the story and the details are there. You have a picture there of Christian Atsu trying to outwit his Guinean counterpart. Jam battles for the ball in yesterday's match. And Dede Morgan Ayew. Dede.
Is Morgan part of his name?
I don't know. I hear it on radio.
Morgan. Like, but what does it mean?
I hear it on radio.
Yeah, no, what does it mean? Like,
Morgan?
Yeah.
Oh, Morgan is like Freeman, Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to figure out why they've added it to his name.
I don't
know. You
know,
like if it's like Dede Strong Ayew, then I kind of know the
Andre
Strong. Yeah.
Dede Ayew.
But I think he's a very dedicated young man.
Yes. Even on a day when he's not
wants.
playing well, you see that he wants to give a lot of energy for it, and that's why I love him. I think it's on the balance, he's our best player for the tournament.
Interesting. What I hear is that even though he's so young, because he's been playing for the Black Stars, I think for the past 8 years or so, he feels he's a senior player, like, you know, like
he
old,
is a senior player.
So he wants to be an example, you know, though really young. I like him a lot. I really do.
And he's one of the few, I believe 1 or 2, 3 African players on the continent who are playing with their real ages, because they were born in France.
Why are you always hitting on that? There are some Ghanaian players.
I only fell short of saying
there.
Ghana. It's one of the 2 or 3 African players playing with their real ages.
And you think it's because he
was born
outside.
in France. He can't hide his age, because that place when you are born, no, your details get into the data system. You can't hide.
But in Ghana, like you can get a birth certificate right now, and then you say you're 25.
I would have been playing some. I would still be around under 23.
Let me do the chronicle. Bring Tekpe to book for causing financial loss to the states. That's what Imani is saying. Also, Black Stars Magic is back. Kojo Bonsu and one are one. Hey, what is that? This story is page 3. I'm sure they're talking about the mayor of Kumasi. Okay, so where's the story? It says that the Ashanti Regional Minister, Mr. Samuel Sapon, has denied that there's a rift between him and some party officials and appointees in the region. Okay, so this will be more of party politics. You can read details about it. Guinea were promised $50,000 each to beat Ghana.
Right.
Wow.
And they even had talisman around their waist, but they still didn't win.
This is powerful motivation. $50,000. I told you I'm not watching you. I'm listening to commentary on radio.
And this is the first time, I think this is one of the few times I'm watching a Black Stars game. I feel nothing, whether they win or they lose. I just watch. I'm only watching. And I like my mood.
Sure?
I'm telling you.
I don't believe
I don't get moved, I'm telling you.
Yeah. So this story
but
about...
I think that's why they're going to prove me wrong, though.
My fear, honestly, my fear is the next round, the semi-finals, because we've been there so many times. How to jump that hurdle has been our headache.
I think we'll qualify to the finals.
We will?
It is the final one we meet Cote d'Ivoire that I'm not too sure of.
Charlie, Cote d'Ivoire is in an amazing form. See, my fear with Cote d'Ivoire is that anybody can play into the goalposts. You know, our problem is striking, as in hitting on targets and that kind of thing. But for them, you know, they have quite a good number of people who can strike to want to score, and sometimes
and
they
look
score.
They look thicker,
Yeah.
and stouter.
Am I wrong in saying better organized too?
Yes, they are. All right. In the meantime, though, please always make sure you get interactive with us, and we know Baba Tando will be here discussing with you a lot more about the latest ongoings in the AFCON. And so please do stay on. We're taking a break. When we come back, we'll have the discussions on AM Talk. Do stay on.